Welcome to this second lecture of week 2. In addition to lecture 1, this presentation continues to examine public money and government as it defines money from various perspectives in order to find a way of defining public money. Another important way in which money is often defined is in terms of its liquidity. Liquidity refers to the ease or speed with which an asset can be converted into cash with a minimal loss. Thus, on the balance sheet, assets are grouped into two different categories. First, current assets, which are relatively liquid, and secondly, long-term assets, which are relatively illiquid. Additional categorization of money according to liquidity are M1, M2, and M3. These classifications are important for the Reserve Bank and National Treasury officials in the performance of monetary policy, as the proper definition of money can affect how money in the economy is measured and managed. The broadest definition of money is M3, which includes the most illiquid measures of money in the economy, as well as M2 and M1. For example, M3 equals the most illiquid measures of money in the economy plus M2, which includes M1, as you can see from the table. Lastly, M1 is the most liquid measures of money in the economy for monetary policy purposes. Economists often disagree as to what the exact components of each of these measures of money should be, but most generally accept that M1 should include cash, check deposit, and traveler's check, which are not held at the Reserve Bank or the National Treasury. Money can be either privately owned, meaning it is in the hands of private individuals and private institutions and spent to advance private interests. But money can also be publicly owned when it is managed and controlled by the state on behalf of the people of the country and spent to advance the public's interests. The key focus of public finance is public money, meaning the money that is publicly owned. Through taxation as the main instrument used by government to gather revenue, government is supposedly able to gather from the public the necessary funds to provide public goods and services. Public money must be used to provide goods and services in the public interest and for public benefit. It is in the interest of the community as a whole that a collective effort be made to provide essential goods and services to all, regardless of their actual contribution to the system or their ability to pay. This is looking after public interest. Government spending of the money entrusted to it by the public must take place in the most efficient and cost-effective manner. In other words, government must spend public money in such a way that the public receives and experiences value for money. This means looking after public benefit.